The Oklahoma City Thunder are in the midst of the greatest rebuild in NBA history, and we are lucky enough to be able to sit back and watch it all happen. Sam Presti and the rest of the Thunder front office have been able to take a team with Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Carmelo Anthony that didn't get out of the first round and turn it in 5 years. Despite trading away all of their best players, they have turned this into a 52-22 team with about 8 games left in the regular season. A team that is 7th in defensive rating and 3rd in offensive rating, led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and a team that is 1st in the Western Conference. That is crazy. This team is better than that Russ PG team ever could have been or ever could dream of being, and it's led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who we've talked about before on the channel, getting a cool 30 a night. They've also got Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren, Josh Giddey, and Lou Dort are nice role players. Isaiah Joe off the bench, Cason Wallace, the rookie. This team has a lot of guys. Gordon Hayward and Kenrich Williams, the veterans here. Hayward, he's been all right. Still only averaging 4.5 points a game. Hasn't really carved out that big of a role in Oklahoma City. But today we're going to be looking at how this team all came together. And first things first, you have to look at the Paul George trade because that is responsible for getting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is averaging 30.3 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, 6.3 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 54% shooting from the field, and 37% from 3 on 3.5 attempts. This is one of the best seasons we've ever seen, and he is the front runner to win the MVP campaign right now. And this is better than Paul George or Russell Westbrook have ever been. Yes, I know Russ averaged a triple-double, but he wasn't averaging 30 with 2 steals, 1 block, over 6 assists, over 5 rebounds on the amount of efficiency that Shai is averaging right now. And this all came from, as we said, the Paul George trade, where back in 2019, Shai was sent to the Oklahoma City Thunder, as well as Danilo Gallinari, 5 first-round picks and 2 pick swaps. In return, just one man, Paul George. Now, these picks turned into Trey Mann, who was taken at number 18. That was Miami's 2021 unprotected first-rounder. Jalen Williams, the Thunder's second leading scorer, and then a few other picks down the line. So this trade was essentially Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Jalen Williams, who are combining for about 50 points per game right now, in exchange for Paul George. Man, what a massive dub by the Oklahoma City Thunder. Let's go over Jalen Williams. We talked about Shai, the insane season that he's having. Jalen Williams is having a really, really good year. 20 points per game, 19.5. You can round up to 20. 4 rebounds, 4.6 assists, 1.1 steals, 0.6 blocks, while shooting at 54% from the field and 43% from 3 on 3.5 attempts. This man is the most efficient player in the NBA. He's averaging 20 on 14 shots. That is crazy. From the free throw line, he's only 81%, which efficiency-wise, that's probably his worst category. But, man, they got both of these players from that Paul George trade. An absolute masterclass by Sam Presti. Dude, he's above everybody, every other NBA general manager. The third best player on this roster, Chet Holmgren, was acquired via their own selection. He's having a really, really good rookie year. If it wasn't for Wemby, Brandon Miller, he'd be up there in terms of rookie of the year conversations. He's honestly probably better than Brandon Miller this year. But at age 21, he's averaging 16.6 points per game, 8 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 2.5 blocks, while shooting at 53% from the field and 37% from 3 on 4.3 attempts. This young big three of Shai, Jalen Williams, and Chet is special. I mean, it's almost eerily similar to James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant. This trio honestly might be even more skilled, though, and Shai is out here winning MVPs at the age of 25, or he probably should be the MVP, in my opinion. Next up is Josh Giddey, who has had some struggles, but he's playing better as of late. He was also used with the Thunder's own pick. He was taken 6th overall a couple of years ago. I was kind of surprised he went that high. I thought they could have gone elsewhere. Maybe, if there is one mistake, maybe this is the miss on the draft picks is Josh Giddey, but he's still, he's playing 25 minutes a game. He's averaging 12 points, 6.3 rebounds, 4.6 assists, 48% from the field, 35% from three. So he's not bad by any means. I'm just saying if there was a spot they could have gotten a little better at, maybe somebody other than Josh Giddey with the 6th overall pick. They've had a couple of undrafted studs as well. The first and most obvious one being Lou Dort, who is averaging 11 points per game, 3.6 rebounds, 1.4 assists, 1 steal, 44% shooting from the field, 40% from three on 5 attempts. That's in about 29 minutes a game, and he's still 24 years old. I mean, you go down the roster, they don't have a single person over the age of 25 until you get to Gordon Hayward and Kendrick Williams, and that's their 9th and 10th leading scorers on the year. And then the other undrafted guy is Isaiah Joe, who I think he was picked up by the Sixers, cut by the Sixers, and then picked up again by the Oklahoma City Thunder, and he has found a role off the bench for the Thunder, being the three-point marksman. He takes the second most threes on the team, only behind Lou Dort. He takes about 4.5 a game, and he shoots at 42%, 46% from the field overall, averaging 8 points, 2.2 rebounds, 1.2 assists, and 0.5 steals per game on the year. The rookie, Cason Wallace, again, acquired with their own pick. He's averaging about 7 points, 2.3 rebounds, 1.4 assists on the year. So he's playing pretty well. And then we talked about Gordon Hayward. Hasn't really found his role yet in Oklahoma City. Taking a look at the other first-round picks they have that they have not used yet, in 2024 they have the Rockets pick, and that is from the Russell Westbrook deal. That pick is top 4 protected. They also have the Jazz first-round pick from the Derek Favors trade, and that is protected top 10. So, hey, that one might honestly, the Thunder might have a second pick in, between 14 to 10, somewhere in there, if that Jazz pick does fall there. They have the Clippers pick from the Paul George trade with no protections on it in 2024. In 2025, they have the more favorable of the Rockets Clippers pick from a couple of different trades. And then from the KZ Okpala trade, they have a lottery-protected first-rounder from the Heat. They also have a top 6 protected first-rounder from the Danny Green trade. Sam Presti's out here getting first-round picks for Danny Green, KZ Okpala, and Derek Favors. I mean, come on now. But he got a second-rounder for Al Horford. And then they have a few other picks, 2026 picks from both the Westbrook and PG trades, and that is where it finally ends. They have a swap in 2027 from the PG trade. They have a top 5 protected pick from the Nuggets in 2027 from the Peyton Watson trade. So interesting there that the Nuggets are trying to get in there with Peyton Watson. But yeah, this has been an absolute masterclass by Sam Presti. Best rebuild we've seen in quite some time. So if you did enjoy today's video, make sure to like button and leave me a comment down below. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video.